and welcome to round 2 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of September 20th. I'm Catherine Haleko, and I'm here with Terry Morrow.
Hello.
Usually on this podcast, we talk about parenting issues, but once a week, Terry and I like to get together to discuss TV, movies, books, and other entertainment topics, because it's nice to talk about something other than parenting for a change. So this week, we did not start watching Dancing with the Stars. Instead, we started 2 new streaming series. We're really, falling into that whole streaming thing. So one is pretty new to everyone, and one is a little bit older, but new to us. And that one is Ted Lasso. Definitely has been buzzed about for these many months since the first season came out. They're on season 2 now, but we, of course, started at the beginning with the pilot. What did you think, Terry?
You can never really tell from a pilot, but I liked it. I liked it even more once I realized that I could turn the captions on to get all of the British slang that was flying past me.
Yeah.
The owner lady in particular, she was just delightful to watch, but she spoke in sort of these kind of, spurring tones and would say very, very rude things in them that I could not catch at all. And after I rewound it like 3 times to see what she was saying about the salad, I said, wait a minute, I got captions. And after that, it was great. I could follow what everybody was saying. I could follow all the different expressions and stuff. And so that helped a great deal. So for anybody starting to watch it, I recommend, if you're watching it on Apple TV, there's a little thing in the corner. You can hit it. You can turn on the captions. It'll be quite helpful.
Yes.
It is very close in plot, at least superficially, to the movie Major League. Did you ever see that back in the days from '89?
Yeah, I don't think I actually did.
Yeah, which is about a wife, in that case, of a deceased husband who wants the baseball team to tank because she wants to move it to another warmer place, and there has to be limited attendance before she'll be able to move it. So she hires the worst possible people to make up the team. And then, of course, no surprise, they wind up winning.
Right.
So as soon as that, I was pretty sure that's where the plot was going to be going before she said it. And then it's like, yes, I have seen this before. But, it's a good plot. It works.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there will be lots of variations. Jason Sudeikis is extremely appealing as Ted Lasso, even as this is just a horrible idea for him. You still kind of want to give him a hug.
Right.
And the coach, his
Coach Beard, he's fantastic.
Coach Beard is just so deadpan and so just completely on the money at every moment.
Yes.
And just makes you feel like everything's probably going to be okay because he's there. But, completely honest about the fact that this is really probably not a good idea, but absolutely supportive every minute. So,
yeah,
he was very nice.
He's got the sort of technical knowledge while Ted is bringing the inspiration.
Yes. And then I'm sure that what would we call him? The young man they befriended? The water boy?
He's, I believe what they call him is the kit man. So the kit as in the uniform.
Okay.
Nathan.
Not even the lowest man on the totem pole. He's just on a completely different totem pole. It's like nobody knows
when
he
exists. Just stumbles backwards out of Rebecca's office as he's bringing Ted and Coach there. It's just delightful little moment of physical comedy.
Yeah, I enjoy him. And her minion, what's his name? The guy with the glasses.
Higgins is his name.
Higgins. Of course it's Higgins. How could I forget Higgins? I liked that at the end when she was saying, yes, I understand this is going to trouble your, moral sense to be doing this, but you also smuggled in women for my husband for many years. So, possibly step off the high horse, man.
Right.
I thought that was a very good point because you were starting to feel a little sorry for him that he was going to have to be party to this, but apparently there's some wiggle room in his compunction. So, but yeah, it made me willing to watch more. It helps that it's a half an hour. I find myself valuing half-hour shows now very much. Because when you're hate watching something for an hour, it's like, oh, Veronica Mars, it's going to be like 45 minutes of my life. And this goes by pretty fast.
Yes.
And it was enjoyable. But definitely captions. I recommend to you captions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good
to get every bit of that snarky British dialogue.
Yeah, absolutely.
You want to be able to hear every word she says.
Mm-hmm.
That snake.
Right.
She's wonderful. She is so good in that part.
She is, and I don't really know her from other things.
Yeah, I don't either, but boy, is she making a meal out of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very good. The young woman I can't really get too much of a line on yet, but
that's coming. I actually have seen a little more, and she's a pretty big part. So
yeah. This
is Keely, who is the girlfriend of the bratty star player whose name is Jamie Tart.
Yeah, the players all seem pretty universally unappealing, but perhaps we don't get to know any of them individually at this point. But
we shall.
Yeah. She was very sweet, but I totally knew that sign was still going to be crooked after she left. So,
yes.
Anyway, so I'm very happy to finally be watching it because everybody's been talking about it. So,
yeah, and you can definitely see why, hitting at the beginning sort of the pandemic, it was something that people were latching onto.
Yeah, that's true.
Relentless positivity from Ted.
Yes, it's enjoyably done. And I figured that by the end, they set it up to make you wonder what was happening with his family. Mm-hmm. And, it paid off pretty predictably. But still, good fodder for a sitcom.
Yes.
And interesting characters. And I assume, since it's in season 2, that he's going to find a way to make this all work.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to stay tuned and see.
Probably he doesn't get sent home in disgrace in episode 2, and we just watch him wallow in the misery
back
of his
in Kansas. Yes.
Anyway, so, but at least everybody was alive at the end of this one, as opposed to
Only Murders in the Building, which is our second show that we started. This one is on Hulu, and it just started a few weeks ago, really, was when it first dropped. And it's one that is actually, Hulu didn't give it all at once. It is being parceled out week by week, although I think they started with 2 or 3. And
prime the pump.
Yes. So yeah, I enjoyed this one. It's, I think on Pop Culture Happy Hour, they mentioned this, that, the New York City real estate porn is real in this thing. Oh my goodness.
Those are some nice apartments.
Beautiful apartments, beautiful building on the Upper West Side. And you get, scenes of the characters just walking around in the city, or basically the Upper West Side also. Yeah. And that's just, I miss New York, man, when I see stuff like that.
Yeah.
Not that I was ever living anywhere near.
Of course, this is a non-COVID era New York.
Yes.
So
this is true.
It's a place of fantasy at this point, but still.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
gosh, is it beautiful.
All that real estate is a fantasy for sure for everyone. But yeah, so I really enjoyed just looking at it.
Yes.
All of the real estate, and also Selena Gomez's outfits. Quite a lot of fun. I'm not saying I'm going to wear a giant faux fur rust colored coat, but
yeah, just the color of the coat with the color of the Beats headphones was making me very unhappy, but Okay, you kids, you go do.
But then later she had this really cool red jumpsuit. So so I enjoyed that. And then, I did like the characters. We had, Steve Martin and Martin Short, What's Not to Love. And I enjoyed Selena. And then, as the episode, this is another 30-minute show. And as the episode wore on, you got a lot of reveals about the characters and, sort of the stuff they're hiding. So that definitely made me want to watch more.
Right. Yeah, it was an enjoyable setup. I'm not sure, as you mentioned, I think when we first talked about this last week, I'm not sure people listen to podcasts the way this thinks people listen to podcasts, but okay. I mean, like waiting for it to drop and then everybody's listening to it at the same time.
Right.
And then you see somebody else listening to it and you immediately jump into maybe. I mean, I don't listen to true crime podcasts. Maybe they're that hot. I don't know. But, I'm sure y'all are listening to this the very second it dropped. And I'm sure that you're calling up your friend and saying, did you hear the Parenting Roundabout podcast? Right. What did they have to say about Ted Lasso?
It's a new one.
But, it's a dramatic device. I'll accept it. I have enormous residual affection for Steve Martin and Martin Short. And, it will make me watch what they're doing. Absolutely. It will also make me not want to see them in things in which they're not going to be good. Oh, come on, guys. Don't you have better things to do? Not 100% sure whether this is going to end up on the you go, guys, or, oh, man, don't you guys have enough money? You really could just sit stuff like this out.
Right.
But I do enjoy seeing them on my TV screen. And whatever it is that they're given to do, they do very well. And so... yeah, I'm interested to see where this goes. I get very nervous watching things where people are breaking into other people's apartments. It gives me such anxiety. So maybe I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of that.
Yeah. I think in the one that they showed in this one, they knew that woman had just left.
But people come back. People forget something and have to come back. And I'm just waiting for the elevator to ding. And they realize, oh my gosh, she's coming. Where are we going to I don't know. Yes. I have a problem, I'll admit. I do not do well with suspense. Right. Comic suspense maybe will be okay.
Right, which this seems to be going for sure.
It does.
Although they didn't shy away from showing a somewhat grisly dead body, but only for a second.
Yeah, like I said, interested to see where it's going to go and hope it's somewhere that I'm going to want to follow.
Right.
But even if it's not, it's only a half hour.
Yeah.
I can give it a half an hour a week.
For sure.
Yeah. So, and how nice that these are both on things that I already pay for, so I don't have to pay more.
I know, right?
I was watching Hulu and I was like, oh no, is Hulu the one that their new series is you have to pay extra for? But then I realized that was Peacock that we watched Girls 5 Eva on.
Yeah.
Like, I already used up the free trial. And it's like, I'm not that cheap. I could pay for a month, but I pay for so many services that I don't use that much.
Right.
It's like, darn it, be on something I'm already paying for. And these are. So, yay.
Yeah, this one actually, my son got himself Hulu at some point. There was something he wanted to watch. So he's signed up for it. He's paying for it. He doesn't have a job. I mean, he just has like random money that he's received as gifts or, the occasional time he mows the lawn. So
what a good thing to use it for, though.
Yeah.
That's great.
So I said, I need you to hook me up with your Hulu login, please. And he did give it to me.
See, in the olden days, you would take that money you made mowing the lawn and go down to Blockbuster and buy yourself a bunch of videos and maybe some hot tamales and go to town.
Yeah.
But now just
the whole family can
pay for the streaming. Yeah.
Use Hulu.
Excellent.
Yeah, because it is sort of ridiculous. This need to have so many different. That's why I didn't watch Ted Lasso when it first came out, because I was like, I am not getting another thing. But then we bought a new iPhone at some point.
Oh, and you get the free.
You get a year.
A number of, yeah. So that's nice.
Right. So
worth it, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Come From Away was exactly is worth it, as we talked about last week.
Yes.
And it's nice to be able to finally watch Ted Lasso that everyone's been talking about for a year and a half.
Yeah.
Let's get in on that conversation.
Absolutely.
Here we are.
Right. So. While we've been watching Veronica Mars, people have been watching new streaming content.
That's right.
We have to get hip.
Yes.
Hip with the streaming, man.
Yeah. So we're starting.
We're watching something that people watched still quite some time ago.
Yeah.
And are possibly over. Reviews of season 2 have been a little shaky.
Yes, that is true. But Only Murders in the Building is
we're
new.
Sort of, because there's 5 episodes of it already? So
something like that.
Just slightly behind.
Yeah, but only slightly.
Yes. So. Yeah, we're retro like that. It's cool.
Exactly. So we will just keep going on this vein with these 2 half hours per week. So next week, Only Murders in the Building, the episode 2 title is Who is Tim Kono? I think you say his name, Kono.
I think so.
The murder victim.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ted Lasso, the episode is called Biscuits. Which, as you may know, means cookies in British.
Correct.
So that's
that crazy differences in language.
Right.
Much mirth will be made from them.
Mm-hmm. Every episode, I think.
Enjoyed his assessment of tea. I don't mind a cup of tea, but there was a time in my life where that's pretty much the way I felt about it. Brown water, take this away.
But the way he says everything,
yes.
He's talking about how awful it is, but just with the biggest grin.
Yes, an adorable performance.
It's still
and he's made some bank on this character, so good for him.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever see the TV commercial that apparently it's based on?
Yeah, I may have seen little bits of it, but I tend to be doing stuff maybe with headphones on while my husband is watching sports, so I see things more than I hear them. My husband was not impressed with those commercials, and when I suggested he might want to watch a whole series about that character, he was like, no, thank you. So,
I'll have to look them up on YouTube or something.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I will try to do that as well.
So on that's going to be it for our round 2 today. Please subscribe to our Parenting Roundabout podcast so you won't miss any of our episodes. So you can wait by the phone until they drop. Midnight Eastern time.
There you go.
Monday through Friday.
Watch for that alert.
That's right. We have something new for you every weekday. As always, you can find recaps, links, and an opportunity to comment on our website at parentingroundabout.com. Bye, Terry.
Bye, Catherine.
Bye, everyone.